I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And tonight, we're going to be talking about the Federal Reserve trying to wipe you out, ladies and gentlemen. That's right. Or are they trying to help you? We've talked about this before, but you're going to have to do this. Stop struggling now gear. Where's the emerging millionaires at? Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. I want to thank you so much for being here on the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream where members only with the icon can be in the chat room. Everybody else, you're very welcome to watch because the information you may receive, it's free and it can help you. So please share the videos because you never know who else is going to need a little help along the way because the Federal Reserve is trying to wipe you out. Central banks are trying to wipe you out. What I mean by you, middle class, wipe out. So let me set the stage for you just so we can have a conversation tonight. You already know there's homeless people. Above homeless is lower income people. Two places that is very, very difficult to survive in a capitalist society or any society. Then you have next up middle class. Middle class used to be able to have one person work, buy a home, get enough groceries, and save money or buy stocks. Put your money in a 401k for the next 20 to 30 years and then retire. Well, over the last 40 years, by design, I just have to say what it is. The trickle down theory, meaning we're supposed to give those at the top tax breaks, wealth breaks, free land, free businesses to open, subsidize them by your taxes. You're supposed to give them all the help because the trickle down is going to be so good for all of us. That's how it started. Some people may know what I'm talking about. Others, they may not. But what they call it these days is straight up tax cut, tax breaks, subsidies. They just tell you straight up. So the Federal Reserve, they're paying attention to their most valuable customers. I wonder who those might be. Are those the ones getting the subsidies, the tax cuts, the tax breaks? The ones that can bribe senators and government officials with tens of millions of dollars? Or is it going to be the people that are homeless, broke, and middle class and upper middle class? Because now $100,000, $120,000 annual earners are saying they are living paycheck to paycheck. So they're wiping out more than the middle class. The Federal Reserve is what we're going to be talking about tonight. But let me see who's in the house because we have solutions here, ladies and gentlemen. Also, speaking of solutions, if you love coffee, 'tis the season for Halloween. 'Tis the season for the fall, Thanksgiving, and Christmas. Beachfront Java has new special blends. Not only the 12, but obviously she's added some more. Her and the family for Beachfront Java. Our own Professor Auntie Val and family runs this establishment. I have a link in the chat room. Go check it out. Get your 10% off for life. But how do you do that? Make sure you put in the promo code SSN Lifestyle. But the 10% off for life is after your first order if you've never ordered before. So make sure you do that, and you get free shipping if you're in the United States. So make sure you go over there and get the 5-star blends, premium blend, whole beans, drip ground, fine ground, whatever you like, it's there. And in the next few months, there will also be tea. Whole beans, fine ground, drip ground, 1 pound bag, 3 pound bag, 5 pound bags, half pound bags, Ziploc bag to keep in the freshness. And did I say again, 10% off, ladies and gentlemen, for life. As long as you put in the promo code with your first order, and then any next order after that, 10% off for life. And make sure you get that free shipping if you're in the lower 48 states of the United States. Now, let's get into it, shall we? Because once again, if you're trying to get here in the chat room tonight, only members with the icon, members of the channel, can be in the chat room. So let's see what we got here first. Here's what you see on the screen for everybody that cannot hear my voice. But there it is for you. Make no mistake about it. It's that simple. We have Laverne Penix in the house. He's already established himself. I'm happy to report that he said, I put in the work. I made the investments. I've done the damn thing. I have money coming in. So he's already doing this. He's already making sure he's damn near recession proof. And it kind of doesn't even matter what the Federal Reserve trying to save the top 10 percenters. In fact, Laverne Penix could be a top 10 percenter for all I know. But the point of the matter I'm trying to say is he put himself in position. So welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. Laverne Penix, a.k.a. Mr. Cool, is here with the icon next to his name. And he says his tagline this evening: hello, SSN Nation. I hope everyone is doing well. I received the notification and the trailer. Thank you so much for that. We started off with one notification and trailer. Oh, by the way, for all you gold and silver stackers, if you still haven't went to go sign up for the SD Bullion giveaway, value of the monster box is roughly $18,000 to $19,000. Free sign up, and of course they want your email address or they want your phone number. Give them both. You get 2 entries, but nonetheless, that's what they want. They want to increase their mailing list. It's worth it to them. So that's where you go. That was this trailer that you saw, sdbullion.com. All right. It's that simple. We have Jawway J in the house. Another investor is here. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. He too has the icon next to his name, and he brings his tagline: hello, SSN Nation. Hope everyone is doing well. Received a notification and saw the trailer. That's 2 people. This is great. Everybody else, smash the like button. Jawway J, thank you again for being here. And another, like I said, investors in the house on the real estate end of it, handling biz just like Laverne Penix, Mr. Cool and Mrs. Cool. That's how we do it, ladies and gentlemen. Stay ahead of the curve, because no matter the interest rates, we're still being able to get money in the door. Georges Charles, welcome. The emerging millionaire is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream with the icon next to your name. And he says his tagline: hey, y'all, I smell money in here. He's correct. Money is in the house. Information is here. SSN Academy, SSN University, the No Guru Zone. Why is it the No Guru Zone? We don't sell courses. That's right. We don't have ebooks. We don't have seminars. We don't have webinars. No, you need information. Well, you could be a member and be in the chat room, but if you come back on Friday night or Monday nights or any other chat, any other live stream we have, chat is open to everybody and you could ask questions. What is that? A bargain, I would say. All right. We have entrepreneurs, business owners, people who have done the retirement thing, all in the house. George's Charles says, but they left interest rate unchanged. Of course they left interest rates unchanged. It's almost like if they're just trying to help out the wealthy, because if you keep the interest rates the same without increasing them, and you tell them it's going to stay the same for 2 or 3 months, they say, okay, we like that. If you say we're going to raise the interest rates, then that money that we borrowed is going to cost a hell of a lot more money, just another 0.25. So the unchanged puts them on track for their soft landing. Perfect for the wealthy that borrowed a lot of money to buy a lot of risky business ventures. All right. Nothing wrong with that. And I will say one other thing. I'm about to play a video for you. So we're going to get into that shortly. Victor Marrero, another real estate investor, businessman, and soon to be retiree, is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream with the icon next to his name. And he brings his tagline this evening. Hello, all. Let's do this. And that's part of the do this thing, ladies and gentlemen, that we're talking about here in the SSN Nation that I've been talking about for years. You guys are going to be on track. Everybody, in fact, has already been on track because they've been investing in stocks. They've been buying even back gold, silver. There's a little bit of that you can buy. No problem, no harm. But again, 5% or less is my approval rating. Everybody else, you can do 10, 15, whatever you want to do. It's up to each individual. But real estate, well, let's just say you always have to have a little bit of real estate on your side because you want that passive income coming in or some income coming in. I'll put it that way. You can't lose because you can always borrow against your assets. Why you should get assets early and often. For all y'all 20 years old in the crowd, get assets when you're 20 years old. 22 years old, 24, 25, because that will change your life, because you will see quickly. In fact, if you're 20, 21, 22 right now, and you're able to get your foothold into some real estate deal, the interest rates are so high, they're going to reduce the interest rates and the value of whatever real estate you bought next year, year after, it'll start increasing. You're not going to be able to probably make $100,000, $200,000, $250,000 in 2 years from your job, unless you're earning $120,000, $160,000 annually already. But then you would have to save everything. So that is why the wealthy continue to get wealthier, because they keep putting their hands in the right pots. Yo, at Victor says George's Charles. Yo, at Yahweh J, showing some love from George's Charles. Safe travels to the DR. Okay. Who's going to the DR? Yahweh J just came back. Victor Marrero, I know he's going sometime soon. All right. Victor Marrero, George's Charles, what's up, buddy? 30 days and we'll be in Punta Cana enjoying some mojitos. 30 days from now is the 20th of October. There he will be. And I know he's got to be at his favorite location. He's not hard to find. Hard Rock, no doubt. Maybe he switched it up this time. Maybe Margaritaville. But I think it's probably Hard Rock. He's always got to hang at Hard Rock. And I can't even blame him for that. Let's call it what it is. All right. I have an affinity for that location myself. George's Charles at Victor. Take pictures. Oh, that's right. He's going to be going to Cana Rock and going to go check it out. And by the way, if anybody's interested, something came up on my live feed. If you're interested in Cana Rock, $50,000 off at Cana Rock Star, if I'm not mistaken. Actually, I got to look at it again. But nonetheless, they have a special at Cana Rock PC, whoever that is. They're on Instagram. It came up on my feed. Eric, weren't you supposed to post pics of someone else who just came from Punta Cana? George's Charles, you missed it the other day. Yes, it was Paul Castillo. Yes, we showed the pictures. He was out at Vista Cana, at the Vista Cana Beach Club, but there was only like 2 or 3 pictures. And then he was on the ridge at Vistacana, which is the same pictures you have because that we have here because he's at the pavilion. And so once again, you could see water from that location, which is now well established. But yes, Paul Castillo was kind enough to share pictures with us on Monday night. It was beautiful. All right, Victor Marrero, Federal Reserve indecisiveness considered to jam up our bags. Exactly. They should just get it over with and raise the interest rate. We need stability. Have to sell options just to stay above inflation. Exactly. Well said. Ladies and gentlemen, take a picture because this is exactly what's going on. This is what I'm talking about. Federal Reserve is trying to wipe you out, literally. They're basically sitting there acquiescing to the rich folks, the wealthy people, because that's who's winning right here while inflation continues to rise. Now, this thing about 2%, they're not serious. They're not serious. If they were serious, they would not be doing any of this. We're not going to change things. They should have done what Victor Marrero says and a whole bunch of people. They should have just said, you know what? Until this thing hits 2%, because you know what's very simple, you can always reduce interest rates at whatever number you want. If they hit 2% for like 2 or 3 months, this whole waiting game, what they're doing now, they will not do it in reverse. That's what's so funny about this. It won't happen in reverse. If you tell them, hey, why don't you reduce interest rates every time until you have 3 months where it's at 2%. They won't do that. But they'll sit there and say, well, we'll just stay even with the interest rate and we'll just sit back and do what? Wait for what? It'll never get to 2%. That's impossible. Unfortunately, they're still printing money. There's bonds out here. They're still printing money. So I don't know what their game is other than it only makes sense logically, a wipeout, where we already have a situation. The wealth inequality gap is getting wider and wider. And you guys know I've talked about this before. And so therefore, we need stability, but they don't care about stability. And I wouldn't either. Let's just put things in reverse. Let's just say you had $50 million plus net worth, right? And let's just say you're friends with government officials and you're giving them bribe money. Let's just call it what it is. All right. You're not going to have a problem. You're going to be out here buying boats, yachts, planes, trains, automobiles, doing whatever the hell you want because you already paid these guys a few $1 million. So therefore you're sitting there saying, they'll take care of me. Us folks, the OCs, we're not coming out of pocket $3, $2, $5, $10 million to bribe these guys. We can't. So all the rules are going to be skewed toward who? It makes it much easier if you just accept the fact that this is what they're doing. So once you accept the fact, now you have to go, how do we counteract this? Well, you got to join them, unfortunately. You can compete against them, but you should also be holding stocks. You should also be holding real estate. You should also be putting money in a 401k so you can get tax cut and tax breaks. We've talked about the self 401k IRA. All right. So all this, start your own business. So then you can have other write-offs and you can be an employee of your business. We talked about this. Search the channel for the 401k. You can go to TD Ameritrade, go solo 401k. It'll take you to Charles Schwab eventually, but solo 401k, just go Google that. All right. We've talked about this several times, but they're messing with our bags. They're not messing with the big boys' bags. The big boys are like, oh, please, man, don't raise the interest rate. I don't care if it's 0.25. We have billions of dollars that we got loans for. That's what's happening, right? And we're sitting here going, we need home prices to go down. We need other prices to go down. We need inflation to go to damn near zero. Why isn't that a thing? Why is it 2%? Go to zero. How about that? And stop printing money, right? We know the deal. So all I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen, this is why I call it the wipeout. I call it, are they really trying to help you? So you have to take advantage of the situations. Come on now. I want you guys to join us. Jaway J at George. Thanks. We'll be in touch. All right, Jaway J, you're going back to the DR again? Because I thought you just went like a couple weeks back as well. So here we go, ladies and gentlemen. Let me get this on screen. Check this out. Here it is. Hold on a second. Hold on a second. I have something else going on before we go to the screen. I'm going to play a little video from CNBC today. George's Charles, yeah, can't wait to hear about your trip. Let us know more about Primavera 4. They kept posting sick pics of the beach. Oh, yeah, that's going to be off the charts. The beach at Primavera 4, the man-made beach, clubhouse is sweet. Victor Morrell, Eric, this crazy stock market inflation price is making it hard to line up retirement. It forces you to just off plan B and even plan C, forget plan A. Exactly. Exactly. This is exactly the again, you guys, this is significant. A lot of people don't understand. I keep making these videos about they're trying to wipe you out or they trying to help you. And I can't figure out how they're trying to help me. Because the best way you can help me is to curb inflation altogether. And one of those levers to curb inflation is to stop printing money. But the other side of the fence is they have to print money so they can give it to the wealthy. So it's a catch-22. Because remember, they're paid and bought in reality, or they're part of the top 10%, 1% crowd. So they really have no incentive to stop. Meanwhile, you're going to have it's already past 175 million Americans are dropping in the wealth curve because it's costing more money. And so I found something very interesting that I made a video today about the 8 billionaires who own half. 8 billionaires own half of the wealth. I made a video today about that. It just dropped. But I'm going to bring that up in a second as well. But first, we're going to talk about this Federal Reserve. So I'm going to bring up this video real quick here. Check this out, ladies and gentlemen, once we get to this. Now, I have to play this because again, we're going to have to play like a 20-second clip or so, but check this out. This is incredible stuff here. Hold on. I got to make sure you guys can see this clearly. Okay. Not even on screen. See? Good thing. Messing with our bags, ladies and gentlemen, the retirement game. We're going to win because we're already prepared. We know what the big jump off is going to be. It's a tried and true. Interest rates will be reduced. So we know what's going to happen. We don't have to worry about that. But check out what this guy says after. This is on CNBC. This is after he heard what the chairman said. Check this out.
But the committee continues trying to determine the, quote, extent of additional policy firming that may be appropriate. So there's this bias in this statement suggesting there's still looking to raise rates. And indeed, the average Fed forecast does continue to look for one more hike this year with an average 4.6%. Importantly, and I'll come back to that, there are 2 fewer cuts.
Do you guys believe this?
For next year?
Do you guys hear
economy,
this? Let me know if you heard this.
To solid,
making sure
moderate.
You heard what the
job
guy
growth
said.
Was said to have slowed, but remains strong. Inflation remains elevated, and the committee
I was like in shock, quite
to
frankly,
a 2% inflation target.
Because as far as I know,
forecast,
inflation year over year is like 4%.
Now sees a 5.1% funds rate next year. That's up
from
4.6. So there's the higher for longer we've been talking about all morning here. And just so if you want to do the math with their inflation rate,
I don't get
it's
it.
now
They
only
also
a
did a 1970s thing where they actually took a month off.
The real
then they
rate actually goes
increased it
higher
0.25
next year. So the Fed
and then found out that the inflation rate was the same or higher
to the inflation
following
rate,
month.
Which remains the same.
Now here we are another
they
month.
have a real rate,
and they're sitting here acting like, oh, we're just going to chill out. Again, all signs lead for me.
Rate is
we better get our ducks in a row, ladies and gentlemen. You better be holding assets, not liabilities.
First look at 2026.
Because the next time this goes down, the only thing that you're going to be able to do is make ends meet from your
forecast for this year,
passive income or your business income and interest
to
and
1.5%
real
next
estate
year from
and some other
1.1%.
items. You can be
Lower
in,
the
different
unemployment rate
business
for the next
ventures and
several
things
years
like
by
that.
about
But you will
3/10,
not
so
be
it
able to
doesn't see as
stand
much
pat.
unemployment as it
There
previously
is no
forecast.
way.
And it continues to
Like Victor
mention the
Moreau's
banking
talking
system,
about
but
the retirement
not do
bags
very
being
much
messed
with it.
with.
It says
This is
tighter
exactly
conditions,
what
credit
happened in
conditions for
Europe
households
already.
could
This
weigh
is
on
why they
economic activity,
block
but the
history.
extent is
If
uncertain.
you check
And
what
it's
happened
all
in the
unanimous, guys.
UK, even in the 2020s or 2000s until now, do your research. You'll find out. Remember, you heard about
What are
negative
you
interest
investing
rates or
in?
0%
At Janus
interest
Henderson,
rates.
we're investing in
They
differentiated
did that over there.
insights to help you
And
make more
all that
informed
turned around and
decisions.
happened was
Disciplined
corporations bought
investments to honor the
neighborhoods,
trust
bought
all of our clients
cities,
place in
damn
us.
near.
In
People could not
world-class
afford
service
to live there. The same
anticipate
thing
your
we've
needs
going
and the
through
needs
right
of
in the
your
last 2
clients.
years.
In
Europe
each other
already went
and
through
in
10
the
years ago.
communities where we all live and work.
All right.
Investing
So
in what
this
matters gives
playbook,
us all purpose.
they already know the
Janus
playbook.
Henderson,
That's
investing in a
so
brighter
you're going to live on the
together.
outskirts of town in the country,
Unchanged after its
trying to get
March
a
meeting,
job that's
but
not
making
going to
some
pay you enough
substantial and
because
some
they're
not
hoarding
substantial
the
changes to its
wealth,
forecast.
some sort of
Median fund
fantasy.
rate
This
for
is
the
what's
forecast
happening
sees
right
no
before
hikes
our
through
very eyes.
2023. That's the median. There were some
Just
changes inside.
what
Get
we
to those in a
talked
second.
about
It sees inflation
5 years ago. It's happening. It's happening. Just what we talked about 5 years ago. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I've been here 5 years talking about this exact thing. And here we are. We have to live through it and get to the other side. The other side is the Federal Reserve. They're going to help us because those of us who's holding assets, we win automatically. 6% interest rate. And in fact, let me get to something else because this right here was shocking. Let me get to something that's shocking. I'm going to do this because every time shocking, ladies and gentlemen, very shocking what I found here. Check this out. I have to show you this because I didn't realize it was in writing somewhere until I actually looked at this. Let me see if it's the global. No, that's not it. Here we go. This is it right here. This is so shocking. It's ridiculous. Look at some of this. This is what I talked about in the 8 billionaires who own 50% of the wealth. You got to look at this. This is ridiculous. So here goes some of the top. Here goes some of the top of numbers. This right here is just ridiculous. Look at number 1. The richest 1% own almost half of the world's wealth, while the poorest half of the world own just 0.75. All right. Notice that. But here's something that may get you even more heated up. Let me get to this number. Where is this one at? This right here. Look at this. Number 6. The richest 1% own almost 2/3 of all the world's new wealth. Does this ring a bell that I've been talking about, the teeter-totter effect? Because they have more wealth than everybody. So therefore, this makes perfect sense. This is what I was talking about on Monday. In fact, I referenced it. Again, this is what we're talking about. This should scare everybody. Since 2020, every dollar of new global wealth gained by someone in the bottom 90%, that's us. There we are. $1 of new global wealth gained by someone in the bottom 90%. One of the world's billionaires has gained 1.7 million. Are you guys getting this? 1.7 million to $1. That is all you should need to know. I told you about this 5 years ago. How are you going to catch up? How? You cannot catch up. The only way you're going to be able to catch up, you have to join them. You have to be buying the same thing, doing the same thing they're doing. They're buying stocks, you buy stocks. They're buying real estate, you buy real estate. They're starting businesses, you start business. You try to do an IPO, they do an IPO, you try to do an IPO. It's that simple. It's that simple in reality. And I say that simple, but for some people, it's not that easy. Some of these have a higher degree than others of difficulty, but nonetheless, you guys know what I'm talking about. And this is scary, scary. Now, what else is scary? This is why we're getting crushed. Number 8, billionaires are collectively earning an estimated 2.7 billion a day. Now, some people may say, Eric, that's no big deal. Okay. You may say all the billionaires earning 2.7 billion a day is no big deal. Well, here's the problem. There's only around 26 to 2,800 billionaires. I don't think they mind sharing tens of millions of dollars a month between them. Do you? I don't. Think about it. Every day, 365 days a year. Somebody says, yeah, we made another 10 million today. 365, that's 365 million annually. Yeah, you can't even spend it fast enough. Come on. Think about it. All right. Think about it, ladies and gentlemen. This is crazy. All right. So when we sit here on the live streams and people don't ask questions from some people here who are doing what billionaires do and what multimillionaires do, then you have to start thinking, what else is there? Yeah, you can go buy a course from somebody. That's fine. But you're still going to end up with the same situation. You're going to have to figure out how to start a business, whether that's your own business, such as starting your own YouTube channel, for instance. There's millions of people doing YouTube. Granted, that doesn't mean everybody has their own personality. Everybody has different viewerships. So you never know. You might go viral, you might not, or you might have a steady increase in people coming to watch you. Therefore, you can monetize your channel. So therefore, why not do it? Everybody has a skill. Or maybe you'll do TikTok and sell products on TikTok or Instagram or Facebook Lives. You have all kind of options available to you to get more people involved than just one. All right. Now, let's see here about do this. So here's what you're going to have to pay attention to right now. This is very interesting because we've been talking about stocks, YieldMax recently. We've been talking about all these. What you may or may not understand is when we have real estate investment trusts, which are the ARR, the ORCs, the AGNC, when we have these REFI, when we have these stocks, yes, right now the dividends are 15%, 20% annually. YieldMax comes out with the new ETF. They're doing over 20% with 4 ETFs. That's incredible. Now, these are, I consider all high risk because they are all based on some way of manipulating what needs to be done for the market. So if the market actually does go down or up, things could be affected. Interest rates going up for a real estate investment trust, that could be catastrophic as well. 90% of what they earn in needs to be paid out in dividends. So that's why you can have an ORC that has 20% interest rate. You can have an AR or 20% dividends. You can have an ARR that does 20% dividends. That's why you can do that. But the problem is this staying steady actually helps and hurts because they have borrowed funds as well. And they need it to stay level at this point if they're still paying out profits from to the dividend holders. But if they go up, granted, that may be a problem. So what we really want them to do is their soft landing. The soft landing means no more interest rate cuts. And oh, by the way, if you missed it, no more interest rate hikes is what they said. But they also said interest rate cuts sometime next year. Now, I'm still trying to figure out when do we get back to this 2% inflation, because that's not going to be a thing. So I believe they're going to ignore that because they realize they're going to upset their fellow bribers and they realize if they're going to have to go up, in my estimation, this is just me, I'm not an economist, but I think they have to go up like another 0.75 to 1% to achieve their goal, which they will never do. This isn't 1970. This is 2020, where they manipulate everything, and they're not going for their buddies losing money, because that would melt down a lot of billionaires. A lot of them would be stuck with some debt that they can't get out of other than file bankruptcy. And that means somebody would be able to pick up their pieces like it's supposed to be in a capitalist system. They're not doing that. So they will never do another 0.5, 0.75, 1% to get this thing down to under 2% or less, because 2% or less, that allows you to thrive as well, because it's cheaper if you need to get money. Okay? That's where the difference is. It starts balancing the scales, because just like in 2020 or 2019 or 2018, if you owned a home and you got a 2.3, 2.7, 2.9 interest rate loan, you're loving life. A bunch of people are doing the right thing, not selling. You're also loving life when not only did you get that increase from 2018, house goes up 10%, 5%, house goes up another 5 to 10% in 2019. 2020 comes, and all of a sudden the stock market's in disarray. People are saying, well, I'm not selling my house, but I got equity in my house. So I can actually use that equity to buy some of these garbage stocks that are now lost 30, 40% of their values. And now I wait for another few years and I have my property. But then the unthinkable, 20% in 2021 increase in real estate price. And then on top of that, 20% again for 2022. Average home prices could be 400,000. All of a sudden, 20% is 480. 20% of 480 is all of a sudden another $96,000, $600,000. Just in 2 years, that's $200,000 because people were overbidding for homes, because interest rates just started going up and people are like, I better get in now. So again, this is what's going to happen again. So you should be holding assets, businesses, real estate for starters. Stocks, you know what we're talking about here, ladies and gentlemen. All right, here we go. Victor Marrero, he says it. He says it. The rich will still fly their private jets. Exactly. Another interest rate hike will be like the game Mortal Kombat on the majority of folks. Finish them. That's exactly it. That's exactly it. But here's the thing. Most people right now are already living 60%, living 64%, paycheck to paycheck, as I always say. They're already maxed. They're using their credit cards. 29%, 35% annual interest rate is what some people are paying. It won't matter to those people if the interest rate goes up 1% more. They're just making monthly payments for life on a credit card balance. But if you hold billions or multi-millions in a loan for some business or profit or real estate you're doing, that 0.5, that matters. That's millions of dollars due annually that you previously didn't have to pay. And since you're on the lower level of the economic scale, what's 0.25 to you? What's 0.5 to you? That's nothing. But this is also why we need to tax the wealthy, because that is the difference. Again, you make $50,000 a year. You have $15,000. Well, the average person in America has $10,000 worth of credit card debt. You could be paying, a lot of people, let's just say on average, let's move it up to 30%. Let's just say it's that. All right. $3,000 per year is hefty, right? $300 a month goes back, but they're going to tell you, don't worry, it's 12 months a year. Just pay $50 a month. Actually, it'll be more than that, but let's pay $50 a month because that covers the $300 in interest. Plus, you'll pay down $200 or $150, whatever it is, on your principal. They don't mind that. But when you have $30 million loans, 50, 100, and somebody says, well, I'm not going to do nothing, we're just going to increase it 1 point. They're like, hey, you understand, I have a $500 million deal on the table. 10% is 50 million. 1% is 5. Whoa. I got to now come up with $400,000 a month more coming out of my profits, if that's what my profits even are. Same way with another person. I have a $10 million deal we just made. They say 1%, 10% a mil, 1% 100,000. They got to pay an extra $10,000, $8,000, $9,000 a month. They don't like that. And you're not paying down any of the principal. So now all of a sudden they're like, holy smokes, what's happening here? I love what you guys are doing for me, but now they have problems. And remember, they're at 5 percentage points higher now. So it's not just 1 point. It's actually, if they went up another point, that'd be 6% instead of 5.25, right? So 6% on a $10 million deal that you had originally, like a 1.5 or something loan, that is significant. You guys getting the picture yet? So now you understand, going from $150,000 annually going towards interest, going up to $600,000, that is significant. All right, just keep that in mind. And finish them is what they're trying to do here, ladies and gentlemen. But you're smarter than that. You're here in the nation. Victor Marrero, he said it best. Auntie Val is in the house. Welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream. She has the icon next to her name and known as Professor Auntie Val in this YouTube street. She says her tagline, good evening, fam. She has the heart. She's got the strength and the support and the cup of beachfront Java, and got the notification. That's 5 people that has let me know they received a notification this evening. This is awesome. Everybody else, if you can't get in the chat room, there's a reason. Because on Wednesday night live streams, only members with the icon can be in the chat room. Every other live stream, everybody can be in the chat room. That's one of the perks that they have. And they have special emojis as well, by the way. And Professor Auntie Val, the proprietor of Beachfront Java, as you guys already know, I talked about it. It's in the chat room. Use promo code SSN Lifestyle for your 10% off for life. All you have to do is make your first order. You don't get the 10% off on your first order, but every order thereafter, always put in that SSN Lifestyle promo code, because after your first order, then you get 10% off on that premium blend coffees, whole bean, fine ground, drip ground, half-pound bags, 1-pound bags, 3-pound bags, 5-pound bags, and premium blend, Peru, Honduras, Indonesia, Africa. So that means Central American beans, you guys know, is always great. South American beans that Juan Valdez used to be, right? So those are some of those items you need to think about. And very nice to see you. Thank you for being here once again, Professor Auntie Val. All right, the 2% inflation rate goal is supposed to be the sweet spot for consumer comfort. But that doesn't mean a damn thing if you're living paycheck to paycheck. Exactly. I can feel the outrage because I'm outraged. This is what we're here for. This is why I started the channel. A lot of people are sitting here going, man, I can't believe it. I have a car payment of $735 a month. Other people are like, oh, that's it. I have $1,000 a month truck payment. This is outrageous. But you're doing it to yourself, ladies and gentlemen. You don't have to do it. You could be putting that toward a bona fide asset. Imagine if you actually were able to put that towards your business venture every month instead of putting it toward a liability that goes down in value. And you know, you have registration fees, you have insurance fees, gas, you have a lot maintenance sometimes if you don't have the maintenance pack. So again, all of it is a liability, and you could be putting it into something that gets you an asset where you can sit back and say, oh, I'm glad I did this because all my friends are living paycheck to paycheck. I'm glad I don't have to do that, and I can still do my job, and I have additional money coming in, because that's what's happening here. And Victor Marrero has spelled it out once again very well. The sweet spot for consumer comfort is 2%. I keep telling you, they don't really care about the 2%. They're just lying to you. All right. What they care about is making sure the top dogs are still the top dogs, meaning the wealthy. That's all this soft landing is. It's already a hard landing for the middle class and below. Like we said, 64% living paycheck to paycheck for everybody. And it's 73% for millennials. So you can imagine if the millennials are 73, then other people might be 45 or so, but the average ends up being 64%, which is still significant. So if you're already living paycheck to paycheck, prices have already increased 100%. Then what are we talking about here? You can go down to a 2% interest rate, but the prices have already went up living paycheck to paycheck. So even if you're at 2%, that doesn't help. We're still paying the freaking 50% increase, 100% increase in prices. We don't really care about loans. The prices are still the same, high. Now, when you turn it into a trick where you can say, oh, when we reduce the Federal Reserve rate, magically we're going back to the price of everything in 2021, then you'll be talking to most people. But that's not what's happening, because they're trying to wipe you out. And they're doing one hell of a job, by the way. 64% of the population in the United States living paycheck to paycheck, and that doesn't even include the people that are homeless. This doesn't even include people doing 2 jobs. This is crazy. Only 36% do not live paycheck to paycheck. Anybody want to start doing mathematics on 350 citizens? I'm just saying. That's a little over. I can only go off the top of my head, but I'm thinking that's about 110 to 120 million. That's it. That's it. On average, 120 million who's not living paycheck to paycheck, and the other 200 plus are paycheck to paycheck. That is not a healthy situation. Not healthy at all. So you think robberies are going to stop? You think disputes and outrage and people having mental health issues are going to somehow go down as stress levels go up? I don't see how that's possible. As I was saying 5 years ago, you live in a third world country, you just don't know it yet. So you better start preparing, ladies and gentlemen. So once again, on point, the 2% inflation goal is really meaningless. They don't really care, and they're not even faking anymore. They come out saying this 2%, so you have some sort of mystery baseline number, when all the time they're not even trying to reach 2%. Because if you were, you would act differently. You'd be like, hey, man, it was 4.8%, 4.1% year over year. We're not there yet. We're hurting the middle class. We're hurting the lower income. We got to get this down to 2% like yesterday. F the upper class. They have all the money in the world. They're buying jets still. It doesn't matter. They're making $2.7 billion a day amongst all the billionaires. Never mind the millionaires. So why, I don't understand. If you're human and you're thinking properly, you would be like, wait a minute, hold up. This needs to be reversed. We need 260 million people, 210 million people. We need them not to be living paycheck to paycheck. So we need this interest rate down to 1%. We need inflation down to 1%. In fact, we need zero inflation. And then when you have zero inflation or 2% inflation, somebody's going to have to start asking the question. If inflation was really 2%, then how is it that every year prices go up more than 2%? Think about it. Think about it. You really think prices went up 20% in the last 10 years on any product? I don't think so. And no. You know it's not true. Come on. So that's just a figment of imagination, using it for ordinary citizens while they rape and pillage the people that live in America and around the world. This is around the world, so it's not just to America. All right, George's Charles, you are right. A third world country is when the gap between the rich and others keep getting so big, there is no middle class. Exactly. So I'm trying to figure out what middle class is, because when $100,000, $120,000 annual earner tells me they're living paycheck to paycheck, I'm like, oh, so now the middle class is what? $175,000 a year? I mean, what are we talking about here? They're the ones that can sit at home, have one person at home, go to a job, and have extra disposable income, can go buy a car. That's what it used to be, middle class. That's not the case anymore. So to me, that means just what we're talking about here. You better start taking it serious, ladies and gentlemen. Even though we're going to be hip hooray for everybody that is going to hold real estate and stocks when they reduce the interest rate, we will be hip hooray. But that's because we made plans already. Some of you haven't made plans yet. You're not in the stock market. You're not in the real estate biz, and you haven't even started your multiple businesses. You're still on the sidelines, working for the man. And I shouldn't say that, but that's what it is like. You're working for the man just so you can pay your insurance, just so you can pay your real estate taxes, just so you can get taxed on the food, just so you can charge you double on food. In fact, I wanted to bring this up because this is so disgusting. Here's the thing right here. Hold on. There was something else I wanted to show you. Where is it? Was it in this article here? Oh, this is so disgusting. Oh my goodness. I hope it's in this one. Okay. No, it's not. It's not in this one. Doggone it. I wanted to show you something about food. You would have been like, I knew it. You would have been like, I knew it. Okay. Just so we get to the situation. The food prices, when independent people have researched it, we all know this was true from the get-go, but food prices went up more than 100% over the last 2 years. We all knew this was true. Even though the Federal Reserve is going, hold on, it was only 9% year over year for our inflation rate. Remember when we had our cost of goods, our CPI, and then they include food, take out the food to give different numbers? Well, 100% in food costs, that outweighs a whole bunch of other things because people need food, right? So when they're doing this 9% nonsense, this is why we love shadow stats. We knew it was 20%, at least year over year and more, because, here in the SSN Nation, unlike millionaires and billionaires, I still go to the grocery store. So I know how much stuff costs. They don't. I do. You do. Who's here watching this? You know how much something costs. If I say how much are eggs, how much is meat, people would generally know. Okay, how much is, if you still do dairy products, you would know. If you're going out just to get a bag of cookies or chips, you would know. It wasn't no damn 10% year over year or 10% a year. You would be like, what's he talking about? I used to buy chips for $1.99. They are now $5.99. How is it in 2 years that chips are now damn near $6 for the same bag and they took a few ounces out? How is this possible? Well, the rich are getting over on us, ladies and gentlemen. That's how. You don't own the manufacturing facilities. You need to own manufacturing facilities. You need to own your own businesses. you start taxing them. All right. Oh, by the way, I got something to talk about, which is very, very interesting. George's Charles says, isn't it crazy how one time 100K a year was luxury? Now you can barely get by. That is crazy. Exactly, George's Charles. Exactly. Exactly. This is so disgusting. And people are still sitting here believing inflation is only, what did they say? 4.1% or 4.2% year over year. And I'm just like, where are they getting these numbers? Where are they getting these fake numbers? There is nowhere on the planet 4% year over year increase. They're all more than 4%, no matter which market you're in. Where are they getting these stupid numbers? It's all a lie. Just so you can feel all cozy and comfy, ladies and gentlemen. So you think, oh, it only went up 4 or 5%. It's all right. It's just my imagination that things that were $5 are now 10. Just my imagination. Maybe I was wrong because, you know, they told us it only went up 5% year over year or 9% year over year. That's it. Come on, man. This is craziness out here. This is why we're adamant, ladies and gentlemen. Speaking of adamant, I've been on here for about an hour now. So I want to thank everybody for being here, but please smash the like button. And if you like what we're talking about here, please subscribe to the channel, click the all notification bell, because we will be talking about real estate too. No credit check, no qualifying, no barriers to entry. That's because it's pre-construction. That's why. And if you want to get in on some of the hottest real estate around the world, then you should consider pre-construction, because that is the hottest thing to do right now. Because remember, we talk derivatives here. Let me explain something to you. Just like a home builder in your neck of the woods, he starts his model, then he takes orders. You know, when he's taking them orders, that's a piece of paper that you're signing saying, I'm going to buy this home for $500,000. You signed on the dotted line. Well, he's a great business person. He's going to take those 50 homes that he just sold at $500,000. He's going to say, thank you very much for that $25 million that I have in the palm of my hand. And people would say, Eric, I'm new here. What are you talking about? That's a derivative, ladies and gentlemen. It's on paper that people have signed for $500,000 homes. All right. He sold 50 of them, so he has 50 pieces of paper. He calls up somebody. It could even be the bank. He calls up somebody and says, hey, I have $25 million worth of. And they say, well, how much do you want for that, sir? And you say, well, how's 5 million sound? They say, beautiful. So he takes that money and then he proceeds to actually start building homes. Then when he gets up to those 50, it's all good, because now he can actually keep the paper in-house. But then again, why would we keep the paper in-house when somebody's just going to give us some money up front for having paper? I don't understand why we would do that. So I'm selling the paper again. Except now we're up to 600,000. So now we got $35 million. And how much is it going to cost me to build all these homes? You know, with this cheap ass way they build homes, especially out west. Let's just say it's going to cost me $10 million. So I get to profit, keep this. Then I'll say we run the HOA. So you got to pay us all your HOA fees, because our board members, you know, you're going to vote for them. But, you know, we have all these lots and things like that, and we give them voting rights. I'm just saying, have you figured out the game yet? Ladies and gentlemen, I've been in all these situations. All right. I own property in Reno, Nevada. I've never been to any HOA meeting because I didn't care. One day I get a call from the HOA meeting and they said, hey, Mr. Bird, what are you trying to do? Are you trying to run the board? I said, excuse me, who? You must have something. You must be calling somebody else. I think you must have the wrong bird. Why would I be trying to run the board? I've never even been to a board meeting. let alone have I even signed any proxies? I mean, I've like, don't even care what you guys are doing. It's irrelevant to me. My places are rented out, so I get money. I don't really care what you guys are doing. So that's when I was figuring out along the line and journey of life. I'm sitting there, why is this person calling me, asking me about this? I own multiple units. So yes, I could sway voting. So I think that's what they were worried about. But at the time, I didn't care, nor did I even think about anything. But that right there was a wake-up call. Just that little call, it was like, why do they care? And so the reason why they care is because these guys control the board. And once you start acquiring more voting control, all of a sudden they're just like, hold up, we're not going to be able to do what we want to do unless this guy passes. We got to cause a problem. So that is how it works, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go. Here we are. Hold on a second. I missed something. Let's go. So if you're here, please smash that like button, share the videos, and see us on Friday at 9:10 p.m. And oh, by the way, Eric, nothing wrong for working for the man if the man pays well, but you should also work for yourself, like you said, acquiring assets. Thank you so much. That's exactly right. You know, what's interesting is there's a lot of people that I know that made $200, $250, $300, $500,000 a year. What did they do? They did what Americans do, consumer nations do. They said, okay, I make 40 G's a month. So what they say, okay, I'm going to go get this boat, right? Then they say, okay, spend it. Don't worry, I charged it, right? I didn't pay full cash. Okay, we know that. The boat costs like $200,000, $250,000. So now they're paying a note, but they're still getting the 40 G's a month. But now part of that 40 G's is on a $4,000 a month, $5,000 a month payment. So now they're down to $35,000. Then they say, show up next. Hey, I got this motorcycle that costs like 30, 40 G's. They just said, I just paid cash for a depreciating asset. And you're going to need maintenance and insurance on it. Same with the boat. So now you're paying about another $2,000, $2,500 when you include your boat insurance. Now you're at $7,500 to $9,500, somewhere in that ballpark. Then you get the shock of your life when all of a sudden your insurance company calls up and says, hey, you live in one of those risky areas, fault lines, fire. Yeah, you got to pay an extra 3 G's a year in insurance. Now you're at 12 G's. Then you sit there and say, well, you know, I think I'm going to go out here and get me one of them nice cars. And just like, you know, I'm going to pay $1,000 per month. I'm not going to pay cash for $120,000, $100,000 car. So next thing you know, they're using 30% of their income on these liabilities. And at any given time, any of those liabilities could cost you an extra $1,000, $2,000, $3,000, $5,000. Now, some would say, Eric, that's still a lot of money left over. Yes, it is. But think about $10,000 per month that they could have been putting into their own business or stocks that are giving them 10%, 12%, 15% return. They could have taken $100,000, put it into a 15% AGNC, for instance, and be getting $15,000 annually to pay for the toys, if that's what you want to do. Simple, right? Still liquid, still making money, still good, but instead they do it the other way. And that's why we have this situation of 64% of people living paycheck to paycheck on average in America. Because that's the playbook that everybody teaches, right? Because your parents teach you, hey, I have a credit card, right? The wealthy families teach, hey, check out these assets, get these stocks, start your own business, and I'll show you how to do an IPO or how you're going to go to school to go learn. George Charles, so right. 100K was the ultimate goal. Now you're strapped and having to work Uber to supplement the 100K. Exactly. Now the goal is 200K, especially down around Miami where you live. Exactly. In fact, I would even say it's even higher than that. because Miami's turning into freaking New York. This is the only place I know besides New York and California that you can just literally put in a pre-construction condo of all things, not villas, not homes, condos over the water, and then say, hey, 1.8 million. I mean, this is incredible to me. 2.7 million. Haven't even been built yet, but 2.7 million because we're on Biscayne Bay. REA Reserve, 1.8 million now for their smallest unit. Goes up to freaking 4 million, 4.5 million. Pre-construction. Unbelievable. And this is happening all in Miami. So even $200,000 a year, you can't get one. Not at 1.4, 1.5. You got to earn more. I'm just saying. All right. You're not going to do it. You have HOA fees. You got insurances. You're not. And if you have no debt, you still won't qualify for 1.8. Not going to happen. Sorry to break it to you. You're going to have to be approaching, let's just call it 7, 14. So, yeah, that's 14 G's. So 52 G. You have to be doing 600,000 a year with no debt. Clear. I'm just saying. That's the only way you're going to be doing like 1.8 anything. And even then, they're probably going to say, sorry, sir. I'm just saying, he's exactly right. You can't keep up enough for retirement, or you need to continue to grow it to keep up with inflation. Exactly, Georges Charles. That's exactly right. That's exactly what we're trying to do here. The only things that keep up with inflation is the stock market and real estate. And real estate actually increases above inflation dramatically. So, for example, I just learned something today. For instance, we have Larimar Resort. Prices are going up 2.5% in 11 days. October 1st, I think. I don't know if they're going to do it October 1st, but if you don't get anything at Larimar before October 1st, you're going to end up paying 2.5% more. So therefore, already this year, it's going to cost somebody, what was it? It was May? Was May the first 2.5? May, June, yeah, I think it was. Then July was the first. I can't remember. But anyhow, I think we've already done 5%. Now it's going to be 7.5. When January's come, that's 10% increase in price. That's small potatoes, because what they started doing now, I'll make the announcement now. Blue Breeze Towers, thank God they dropped the first B, is going to be called Breeze Towers, as it should be. All right. It should either call Blue Tower or Breeze Tower, but it should have never been called Blue Breeze. So I applaud that change. All right. Breeze Towers. This right here is incredible, because in the first phase, you could have been in any of the buildings, prime 1, 2, 3, and 4. No matter what level you were on, you could have bought it 118.9. Then when they went up a little bit, you could have bought it 122.9. Then you could have bought 125.9 until whatever level you were on. But in Blue Breeze, not so fast. 9th level on Blue Breeze, or shall I say Breeze Towers, on Blue Breeze Towers is now, that's $187K for a 2-bedroom. I don't even know what's on the 10th floor, 11th, 12th, 13th floor, because it starts at 167. So I don't know if they're going up 2,000 a floor, which is what it seems like, because then that means the 10th floor is going to be 189. The 11th floor is going to be 191. The 12th floor is going to be 193. The 13th floor is going to be 195. And that means the 14th floor is going to be 197, which would actually make sense because prices are going to range from 167 to 197. Now that I'm thinking about it, $2,000 more per floor. You start adding 2.5% on top of some of these all of a sudden you're going to be paying over $200,000 here quickly in a matter of 3 months. I'm just saying. The only difference is Breeze Towers, it looks like the 2-bedroom units are going to be about 130 to 140 square feet bigger than Prime Towers units. And that's significant. That's a master bedroom, quite frankly. That's significant room change. So therefore, they're going to pay more money. Fine. Now I'm going to tell you where they got it from is what I talked about before, because the terraces at Prime are 300 square feet. And like I said then, I'd rather you just make them 200 square feet on the terrace and give us 100 square feet inside. Well, they've taken that advice at Breeze Towers. So they only have 220 square meter, 220 square feet balconies. And in Prime, you have 320 or 330 square feet. Like I said, I'd rather have the interior space, reduce it down to 200 square feet of balcony is just nice as well, but so be it. All right, George's Charles. Damn, this is why I have to work twice as hard. What do you do today? You're either paying or taking away from the future. Hey, George's Charles, that's exactly it. Taking away from the future, which people don't realize. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, I've been talking about this a different way 3-4 years back. Remember when I kept saying, why do you want to invest in 2019, 2020? Why do you want to buy liabilities earlier than later? Because if you're going to buy liabilities and you bought something in 2019, yes, it might have been $500 a month, but in 2023, the money is cheaper. So you're going to have $500 a month easier now because of inflationary situations and the 500. That's why car payments right now are $735 on average. So that's the difference. So George's Charles hits it right on the head. You can make a nice salary like a lot of people 5 years ago. They were like $125,000 annually, $150,000. They're like, I'm loving life. This is awesome. Well, it's caught up with you now. Caught up with you. And they helped people in Florida, California, and any high-risk insurance zones. You guys know exactly what I'm talking about. Who knew you're going to have to pay an extra $6,000 annually for insurances? Who knew somebody's going to come out there and be like, hey, because your roof isn't right, you're going to have to replace your whole roof, for which now roofers are like, oh, we know all these people have to replace their roof. Yeah, something that used to be $30,000 is now $85,000. Inflation, my ass, right? 300 to 25% increase. 30% increase. You don't make a 30% increase. So that impacts you. So that's exactly what's happening. You work long enough in our environment, it has sped up. So a lot of people who think about this started jobs 20, 30 years ago. They're sitting there looking out at retirement. But 30 years ago, when they started their job up until 2020, it was pretty much just pretty simple. They were just like, oh, I have this money in the stock market. I'm on track to have like $1 million when I retire. Now people retire with $1 million and they're like 55 or 60 years old and they're realizing I'm pretty healthy. I've been taking care of myself. I could actually live for another 20 years. Forget that. I can actually live for another 15 years. But the problem is, how much am I going to have to take out of my retirement to pay for now? And we don't know how much 2 years is going to cost later, because we don't know what the world's going to throw at us. We don't know if there's going to be some sort of climate change where the tropical zone is now up in frickin' Canada or something, where you have hurricanes and tornadoes all up in Oregon and, Michigan and stuff. We don't know what's going to happen. But that is a thing that can happen. Just like we had a hurricane hit. Well, it didn't hit, but it got close to Southern California. Because of the cold waters in the Pacific, that should have never happened. But it happened. This is crazy. It's gotten that far like 4 times, maybe, as long as they've been recording. So this is not like a normal thing. If it happens again, then it starts being normal. That means there's going to be a climate change shift. So that's going to have an impact on cost. So just keep all that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. The more tragedies we have, the more it's going to cost you. Remember, insurance companies are holding a lot of your bags. A lot of companies that you give money to under management, they're invested in insurance companies. I'm just saying. All right. So just keep all this in your head. And that's why you have to work twice as hard. But this is why work twice as hard when you have vehicles that can make your money work for you. And the easiest ones is let the Fed do it for you. Stock market, dividend investing. Let the Fed do it for you. All right. They don't want to hurt the stock market either, because an increase in interest rates, that should have decreased the stocks as well, but they didn't do it. So, as you guys very well know, nothing else happened. Stocks are fine. All right. Let's see here. I wanted to find that so you guys could see it. And in fact, everybody that's here, you can go check out Global Citizen. I'm going to put it in the chat room so people can go check this out. Global Citizen. Here's the article that I just showed you. You can go read it for yourself. Take the time. And if that doesn't scare you, just think you might be living another 20 to 30 years, 40 years. What do you think? What do you think is going to happen 40 years from now? This is 2023. 40 years ago, what was that? 1983? The cost of things are drastically different. You could buy homes for 50 G's. In the South, 50, 40, 35,000, 50 years ago. 10 times the cost. And if this keeps up and you're going to live another 40 years, oh my. If the things go like they've been going, that means a $350,000 house today is going to cost $3.5 million. You're going to have enough income to cover that? I'm just saying that's not possible. And this is why the millennials feel they're going to live paycheck to paycheck, because this has already happened to one generation already. Generation that's living paycheck to paycheck, where 73% of them are living paycheck to paycheck because they were born 20 to 30 years ago. They've already got there. They're sitting there going, wait a minute, I just started my job. I was making $70,000 a year. I was doing good. And I thought I was good, but in the 5 to 6 years later, it's not so good. And we're off to the races because, well, again, when they reduce the interest rate next year, which the Federal Reserve said, whether it's going to be December, I guess it's not. Whether it's January, I guess it's not. But they said next year, we're off to the races. It just won't be Gen Z or Gen X, whoever it is. It won't be just them. It's going to be everybody else. So everybody who's thinking retirement's fine, Victor Morrell alluded to, the bags of retirement are going to be affected. They are being affected as we speak. As we speak. All right. So I've been impacted myself over this situation. Everything was going swimmingly until the last 3 years, 4 years kicked in. All of a sudden, things have changed. Moving the chessboard around, trying to stay up, but we can't stay up. In fact, the bread and butter Airbnb, again, we have to, I can't believe this. I have to reduce my rates now below 2021 rates. And that's not good. Yeah, we got away for 2 years doing a 30% increase, getting away with it. But that 30% has come crashing down. And you can't make less than you did before when HOA maintenance costs more. Right? That doesn't work well. So again, these are the type of things that's hurting out here, ladies and gentlemen. People have made plans. Everything's going great. And then the unthinkable. And now they're actually out here, Federal Reserve, trying to wipe you out. Yes, they are. Are they trying to help you? They're trying to help a certain segment of the population. So you're going to ride the coattails. That's what we're going to do. We're going to hang on, but we have to make plans. That means, again, stocks, real estate, start your own business. Simple. Top three of the wealthiest. That's what their main thing is. But the main thing for them is business interest. That's the biggest chunk. Then stocks is the next. Less than half of the business interest, by the way. A third of the business interest is what stock holdings they have. So if you want to be wealthy, multiple businesses, buy into an existing business is actually a better thing than starting one. But nonetheless, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I have something here because Georges Charles was kind enough to send me Sabana's new. Sabana is inside Vista Cana. Vista Cana is in the Dominican Republic, Punta Cana, that has, for instance, 2 man-made beaches. 2 beach clubs are at those man-made beaches. What's at the beach club? Cafe, bar, children's playground, children's pool, children's playground area, another pool on beside the lake. If you go to Punta Cana and you see, go over to the beach, because that was a highly touted property, and you see there the Caribbean's largest pool, then just keep in mind at Vista Cana, they're going to have a man-made beach that's twice as big as the beach that is made at the beach in Punta Cana City downtown. That's massive. That I approve of. The Vista Cana, though, has another beach that's a little smaller than the beach, man-made saltwater beach as well, that's around 25 to 30,000 square meters. So they also have a freshwater lake there, catch and release fishing lake, by the way. That's also there. I don't know the size of that one, but it's probably around 20,000 square meters to 25. That's just for starters. They have an equestrian center that's going to be at Sabana. You know what equestrian center means? That usually means upscale. That means polo. I'm just saying they're not going to have it. I don't see any pastors out here to do polo tournaments. But horses mean money, stables, feed, training, equestrian training, horseback training, all of that. That's extra money, and that's not cheap. Secure Gates is at Sabana, but we're going to talk about that in a second. But since I got on Vista Cana, the only nighttime, daytime golf, 9-hole executive golf course is going to be at Vista Cana. The only sports complex like it in Punta Cana, or I don't know of any other one in Dominican Republic, that includes a skateboard park. I don't know if there's another sports complex that includes skateboard park, pool, sports bar and deli, clubhouse of some sort, meeting rooms, tennis courts, paddleball courts, basketball courts, soccer field with stands, micro soccer fields for practicing. I don't know of any other sports complex that has that. There's not one that I know that has a sports bar and deli at their sports complex so far. I mean, there might be, but I don't know of anybody else that's doing it, because there's only four properties that even have a sports complex. The only one that has a sports bar and deli is at Vista Cana. So that's just for starters. Walking trails, cycling trails, and all that. Commercial zone. Yes, they have their own retail shops. They have a church there in case you're religious, need to see a church. They have everything there inside Vista Cana. You don't have to leave. As soon as you go outside their gate, there's a business center. And across from the business center, there's going to be a pseudo outdoor mall, I'll call it. At least that's what the renderings show. But everything is there that you need. So you can do your kayaking, your paddle board sailing, whatever you want to call it. You can do your water sports. All of it's there. So when we talked, and I made a video about a year ago, no, probably 6 months ago, where I said everybody has to up their game. Well, everybody has to up their game. That's how it works, ladies and gentlemen. When you have a Larimar and a Cruise on Land show up in your area, all of a sudden you got to up your game. Sorry. So what do? Their sports complex, Vista Cana, they up their game. When Panorama and a few other projects said, hey, we're going to have cafes, we're going to have bars, we're going to have a fitness, yoga, and all this, and an amphitheater or something, you know, people were like, hold on a second. What is going on here? Right then and there, going to have to up your game. But Cruise on Land, Larimar comes out. People are like, hold on a second. Even Vista Cana was like, hold on a second. We got to do something here. And I think, again, I can't get into Vista Cana because I saw some things on the drawing board that could change the game. So we will see if it comes to fruition, because that would change the game. They would put themselves in a whole nother level if they do. Oh, no, hold on a second, ladies and gentlemen. I hit the wrong play. Oh, I didn't want to do that. But oh, well, here we go. All right. So check this out. We're going to look at Sabana. This is no credit check, no qualifying. If you want to get into real estate, here's your chance. Why? Because not only is this one of the rare ones, the developer is doing in-house financing for the condos. 9.7%. Yes, it's high, but put down 10 or 20% and pay for 8 years. That's the deal. No credit check, no qualifying. They want 20%, but we have a member here who got an approval of 10% down, but his payment turned out to be for his $227,000 condo. It turned out to be $2,983 for the 8 years. Now, nobody says you have to do that. You could pay for the 2 years until it's, built, or actually it'll be less than 2 years, but pay until it's built. And then once it's built, you can refi, get a different loan. By then, loans should be 6.5, 7% in the DR. Then your payment will be a lot lower. All right. So I'm just saying, those are the options that you could have at this location. So check this out, ladies and gentlemen. Stay tuned. Courtesy of George's Charles. He sent it to me today. There's a video. They have a horse called Sabana or Savannah at the location. I thought that was cute. All right. Let's see where we're going with this right now. Make sure we have it on page. All right. We're on point. Check this out. This is the new brochure. Again, courtesy of our man, George's Charles, the Emerging Millionaires. Sabana Equestrian and Residences. I've been calling it Sabana Residences, Equestrian, and Condos, but they still are calling it Sabana Equestrian and Residences. Fine. Welcome to a luxury equestrian center to live in. Yes, 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 yes. Let's just get to it. This is a map. This is the map. Notice the second beach. Again, it's going to be twice as big as the first, this one here. This is the freshwater lake, which actually means this freshwater lake area looks to be the same size as this. So I thought it was smaller, but it looks like it's bigger. So anyhow, here's the first. Here's the second. Here's where Sabana is going to be. Nice. That still leaves a lot of acreage over here, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So we'll just scroll through this because Vista Cana is going to have a 9-hole golf course, and I don't know about any water. They're taking their liberty. The beach, it's not on the beach. You got to get to the beach probably 10 minutes away. Shopping, close to downtown, less than 5 minutes once you hit the highway. I don't know what COHR is. Maybe the person. Here's the idea. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. This is looking much sweeter. Look at their clubhouse now. I think they've upped the game. They said, you know what? I'm going to quit messing around. Listen to this. They have townhouses. All right. Villas, new and exclusive amenities. 2, it's already existing master plan. All right. Let's keep going. Look at this. I love this right here. Look where they have this rendering showing. Those look like town. No, those look like villas to me. All right. Master plan. You guys can see it. Equestrian center and 8 villas typologies. So 8 villas actually has their own corral, which is cool, or pasture. Everybody else, sorry. But that's how it is. That's why they paid. Oh, man, some people are going to be upset. You could have paid $300,000 for these. $350 when they came out. Yes, that was pricey back then. But now these are selling for $600,000-$700,000. I'm just saying, before they're even built. That's insane when you think about it. Some people have, oh, nice, solar panels. So that gives you an idea what they're doing out here. Large gardens, townhomes, and villas. Now, I don't remember anything about townhomes. I'm going to have to find out about this. I don't remember this townhome thing. I wonder how much they are. This looks like a pool over here. Anybody see this here? Uh-oh. They now have a second pool. Interesting. This is not the clubhouse. They've upped the game. They're upping the game, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, they're upping the game. These could be townhouses here. They're upping, or yes, this is it right here, actually. Those could be, unless they're calling the condos townhouses. But only one of them is upstairs, downstairs. I don't know. Maybe this is what they mean. But this right here, a second pool area, we like it. We like it. We love it. Here, they're up in the game. Look at the master plan. They got 3 now. Wow. 3 pool areas. So no longer only one. Yes, we knew they were going to do this. In case you guys don't know, the owners of Vistacana live inside Sabana. So this is interesting. What's this here? Are these going to be stables? Or is this a clubhouse? That looks like you can walk into it. That's a clubhouse. That looks like a place people are going to go into. What's this? Equestrian area with horse barns, training and competition, courts, paddocks, and more. Sounding like Kentucky Derby type stuff there. When you start talking about paddocks. Wow. We love it. Here, ladies and gentlemen, look at this. This is what we know about the clubhouse here. With 2 pools, cafe, little bar, co-working spaces upstairs to overlook. Now we're talking about commercial area with parks, restaurants, with swimming pools, event room, direct view to the training courts. Wow. Okay. I see you, Sabana. I see you. George and Tony, I see you. All right. There we go. Look at this. Open spaces. We love this. Social areas with pool and barbecue area, naturally. More than 1,500 square meters of trail for horse riding with covered resting area. Nice. Nice. Look at this, ladies and gentlemen. You know this is cool. All right. There we go. These must be, I guess they're calling these townhouses. I'm calling these condos, but okay. They're not, their side, I don't know, but that's fine. Okay, let me know what you guys are thinking. Okay, these condos, once again, they were 2-bedroom condos. They were $196,000. The 2-bedroom condo that I'm trying to think, one was on the ground, was $196. Another one was $205. Now, I think it has something to do with 2 different sizes. Then We move to this unit that you see here, right? You see that one there. And this here goes to the unit here. And so now you have your own terrace area. The 2-bedroom with this terrace area is $227,000. I don't know how much it is now, but $227,000 will still say. That's how much it was like 4 or 5, 6 months back. The 3-bedroom over here is $237,000 more. I mean, $237,000 the most, which is very fascinating because this does not have the terrace level as this one did. This one, the 3-bedroom does not. The 2-bedroom does. And then this must be the other 2-bedroom. I think that's what this is. The other 2-bedroom, I think there's 3 in a building if I'm not mistaken. So this one's 196, I guess, or 206. I don't know. But you see our man Nestor, right? Nestor's the man. Down below in the description, go see Nestor. Let them know you're from SSN Nation. One member of SSN Nation got very, very lucky. Somebody canceled one of these villas for the original price of $281,000. The guys at Sabana said, we'll let you get it for the original phase 1 price of $281,000, even though we're selling them for nearly $400,000 right now. In the upper 300,000s is what they're selling it for. So the person got instant equity. They're loving life. And it was a good thing they found us here in the SSN Nation and let Nestor know, because they got the special treatment. As with the original, where you could have gotten 7 to 10% off if you had originally bought here when Nestor was on originally talking about it. But get his information down below. Again, this looks like pseudo, yeah, these look like townhomes, kind of. So I guess they're calling the 3-bedroom kind of like a townhome, and then so I could see that. Yeah, these are going to be pretty sweet. Now, here you go. Here we go. This appears to be 2-story apartment of 2 to 3 bedrooms. So it has a large terrace that can be partially closed to enlarge the dining area. Okay, so their terrace is on the side on the 3-bedroom. Not bad. I like it. That means you can also, well, no, I probably wouldn't make an extra room. But bedroom, bathroom 2, bedroom 2, bedroom 2, 114 feet. Not bad. I like how they have this in feet. Master bedroom is 126, so 12 by 10 almost. Not bad. Walk-in closet, 40 square feet. Master bathroom, 50. Yeah, we need 50 feet. That's a nice normal 5 by 10. So as long as we get close to 50 feet, 50 square feet, we're good. Living room, 472 square feet. So all those people that like 1-bedroom apartments, that living room is pretty large, actually. Terrace, 273 square feet. This is interesting. Remember those Prime Towers we were talking about? Prime Towers balcony area is bigger than this terrace. This is crazy. 300 and something square feet. That's huge. No, nonetheless. Bathroom 2 is only 38 square feet. That's interesting. That's only like a 4 by 10. That's probably, yeah, that's interesting. All right. Laundry, 21 square feet. Nice size. So not bad. Is this 3 bedrooms or 2? 1, 2. I only see 2 bedrooms here. All right, here we go. 1,238 square feet, type A. Here's the 2-bedroom. Let's see, what is this? Is this the 196 variety, or is this a different variety? This is family room in attic. Oh, with the possibility of converting in a 3rd room, since it has a full bathroom and a closet. Oh, you know what you're doing, ladies and gentlemen. Forget the family room. I'm just saying, if you're going to live there, then you can do whatever you want. But if you're going to rent this out, then you got to make a third bedroom out of this. 3 bedrooms, sleep 8 in the equestrian center. And apparently they're going to have some sort of contest and horseback riding and training. I think that's a win. That's a huge win, ladies and gentlemen. Huge win. I would take it. 242 square feet. That's pretty big. That area is pretty big. Wow. How nice. Okay, I didn't realize the 3rd bedroom. They've upped the game. Living room, dining, kitchen, fully integrated in a double height space. I love it. Love it. Tall ceilings. I love it, and love it. Love the windows, by the way. Plenty of light into the unit. Panoramic views to the gardens of the complex. Direct access to large private terrace. 273. Okay, we're on this 3-bedroom trip. Partially closed terrace option. Okay. I hear you. I'm not mad at you. Larger space, interior space. I'm not mad. Modern kitchen with central island. What happened here? Okay, that's the living room. Okay. Okay. Wine racks. Nice. All right. I get you. Somebody's been doing a little of that upscale activity. The partially enclosed terrace option offers the opportunity to have a bar area overlooking the gardens. Okay. I hear you. Master bedroom. There's something to be said. Master bathroom. Something to be said. Bedroom 2. 114 square feet is what they said. So that's 10 by 11. Let's call it. Nice size. I mean, what more can you ask for? All right. Look at this. Comfortable apartment with 2 bedrooms and large terrace. Nice. 114 feet for 2nd bedroom. Let's see. What about whoa, what's this? Bedroom 1. Where is it? 126 feet. Okay, same type floor plan. That's apartment B. 91 square meters, 1,000 square feet. But this is the view, ladies and gentlemen. This is worth the 227. This makes it worth the 227, in my opinion. Terrace with jacuzzi, pergola, and barbecue area with best views to the gardens of the complex. Zen. This is worth it. 227. Although the 1,000 square feet, 227, we're over 2,000 or $200 per square feet. Yes, this is true. But very nice. I'll scroll through this a little longer. I didn't want to stay into this too deeply, but you guys know I like upscale because that's where the money is always. You'll get a higher price. Oh, this is downstairs where you would have your own, I don't know what to call it. They're calling it a pool. Okay. Now, if somebody wants to see this, I don't know if you'll be able to pull this up, but I will, in fact, let me see. I'll put it in the chat room. So everybody watching this, you can pull up this brochure maybe. It's going to be tricky. It's not set up for you to do that because it's probably on my computer, but give it a shot. All right. Let's see. All right. So let me know what you guys are thinking. Get in touch with Nestor. If you're interested, go with him and find out the prices. I don't know what they are. Down below in the description box. I'll just end this out. So master bedroom. There you go. Nice. You pull right up behind your unit, apparently. All right. Cool. Very cool. I am not mad at Sabana. They've upped the game. Up the game. George's Charles, I do, but I have to bring all income sources to the table, including 401k. Plus, I plan to spend 90% of the year outside the USA where the dollar lasts a lot longer. He's got it right. This is exactly why we have to start thinking about outside the USA for retirement. This is why more and more people are thinking this. Damn, this is why I have to work twice as hard. What do you do today? You are either paying or taking away from the future. Yes, we already went to that one, but I skipped. I see something. But that's it exactly. That's exactly right. It's out. It's crazy out here. Crazy. Right when you think everything's nice and comfy. All right, here we go. This is different. Now we know why everyone is going on strike to ask for more money. They have no choice. They have no damn choice in reality whatsoever. Brian P., welcome to the SSN Nation. Hold on a second, ladies and gentlemen. I needed this. Brian P., welcome to the SSN Nation Wealthy Wednesday night live stream with the icon next to your name. Another investor's in the house. He says, hello, Eric. Hello to you. I hope all is well with you. Yes, it is. Hello, SSN family. That's right. Hello, SSN family. And oh, by the way, there's something else we have to talk about. Oh, how could I forget? I should have started off the hour with this. SSN Lifestyle Investor and Business Forum, Punta Cana, going down November 6th through the 8th is when we're doing our events. So you can come anytime you want, but we're doing it the 6th to the 8th is when things are going to happen. All right. We have on board all the big boys. All the big boys from all these projects are on board. They're in the house. All right. We're going to have the guys that do all the top dogs, the guys that's handling Cruise on Land. Well, actually, I shouldn't say that. I'm not going to vouch for them yet. I haven't committed yet. So, okay. Larimar, Vista Cana, Atlantida, Macau, the guys, you know them all. Nestor, Mr. Estacio, Johan Confidante, the lawyer. We'll actually have another lawyer as well because Gennaro with Larimar, his wife is a lawyer. So she'll be on point for a lawyer meeting as well. So they're on tap. So we're going to have some speakers in the house for SSN Lifestyle. SSN Nation is welcome. There will be something else going on. I got the notification in video. Thank you so much. The video, if you've seen it, go to SD Bullion. Go sign up for that sweepstakes, ladies and gentlemen. Get in on it. Savannah seems luxurious. Yes, Georges Charles. Anywhere there's equestrian, ask, hey, Georges Charles, you're down in South Florida. Go look at Wellington. That's where the equestrian is. That's where the polo matches are. Go look at Wellington and then look around and see how much homes cost around Wellington, right? You will see. It's a thing. It's always more expensive. Cap Cana has equestrian center. They have polo matches. Equestrian equals money no matter which country, state, city you live in. So yes, they had no choice but to upgrade, and I love it. Every minute of it. Everybody, congratulations who has bought at Savannah, because you're going to reap the rewards because you got in. Like I said, we have people who got in for $225 for a villa, $281 for a villa that they're selling for $300,000 and more now. I mean, $400,000 and more. That's what I mean. Not 300, 400. And the guys who bought the 350,000, 600, 700,000 is what they're selling them for now. And there's only like 3 left. That's right. It's incredible. And now they added the clubhouse. They added 3 pools around the complex. Oh my gosh, they're probably going to add something else. So I'm just saying, if you're going to have equestrian training and things like that, that means you got to have a place to eat and drink. So where's that going to be? It can't just be in that one little location where I have to come in, walk in from the condos or villas. There's got to be another one added somewhere. And that's where the commercial spaces come in, which they haven't shown. Smash that like button. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate it. All right. I love this. Let's go. Here we are. Each townhouse has an A, B, C condo, so they are separate from each other instead of one building condo. No, they're not separate, I don't think. What I mean by that is I think they are connected. But if they're going to call them townhomes, they are going to be connected because that's what townhomes are. They're usually connected. So, but they are separate though, like you said. I mean, let's call it what it is. The builders are going to be off. It's not going to be like a normal condo where we're sharing walls, I don't think. I think there's going to be a separation like a townhome where you actually do have a thicker wall. So that's going to be pretty cool. So they separate from each other instead of one building condo. Yeah, I agree with you on that if that's what you're referring to. Sorry, A, B upstairs, C, D on the bottom. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, I can't remember how it was, but I love that the designs are all different instead of just straight across. You know, I like how their 3-bedroom has an attic in it and it has its roof. And then I like how the 2-bedroom has a terrace and then they have a 2-bedroom on the bottom. I love how they did these units. It's pretty cool. Got to give them credit. And I love if the guys at Sabana see this, George, Sebastian, Tony, thumbs up, gentlemen. You did the damn thing. You're doing the damn thing. Putting in the commercial zone and all that. With that brings us to maybe got to have a place to eat and whatever else you're going to bring in there inside your gates. All right. Thumbs up. Highly approved. Now, what else are they missing? I don't know. They're not missing anything after they added the 3 pools and the commercial zone. Now they have the trails for the horses, the training. So now they need on site where they're doing the training. They actually do need a place. And that also leads to that. Where are the people that have their horses going to get their feed and all this? Cleaning supplies. And that also creates another industry where somebody has to come in and maybe, clean up the horses and make sure everything's fine with your animal. It's, hey, you have a little ecosystem there. So once again, opportunity knocks, and some people are going to want to live there that work there. I'm just saying. All right. Let's see. I think we're going to get close to ending this earlier than expected. But if somebody wants to talk about anything else at this point, we know what the Federal Reserve is trying to do. Wipe your ass out. But do this. Well, we just talked about it. Pre-construction or get yourself into real estate. But prices still haven't dropped. And what's quite funny is prices are not going to drop. Unfortunately, I hate to say this because there's less buyers, less sellers, because people are like, I just don't want to do a 7.5 or an 8% interest mortgage rate. So what can we say? That's just the way it is. So now what are people going to do? Sit around and do nothing? Okay. They're not going to lose. Prices are just stay stagnant. Not enough buyers, not enough sellers. So what's going to happen? I just don't see it. We're not dropping 40, 50%. Eric says not going to happen. It doesn't look like it. They are doing the soft landing to a T. They're actually, well, I don't know if it's soft landing. It's not soft landing for us when I roll out and try to get stuff at stores. And I just know because, like I say, I shop, not like I don't really shop, but when I go get something and I need it and I got it 4 years ago. And then when I go and say it broke down 4 or 5 years and I go and I'm looking at like, wait a minute, I bought this for like $60. What does it mean $200? I mean, it's crazy what's happening out here. So I got some run flats on my car. And run flats used to be about $140, something like that. Now the guy's like, nah, it's $300. I'm like, what are you talking about? Here's my receipt. They're like, no, they're $300 now. I was like, they're tires, they're rubber. They're like, I'm sorry. It's like crazy. So you guys got to understand, things are going to get out of hand, but we're prepared, right? And if you're not prepared, get prepared. Oh, there's a whole bunch of information. Whole bunch of information. Larimar, Breeze Towers, which was formerly Blue Breeze Towers. They're going to call it Breeze Towers in case you just joined us. Prices are going to start from 167 to 197, but he gave me a preview also of what's going to happen. So remember what I was telling you guys about getting in early, where buying condos early because you'd get deals like 10% down, 30% during construction, or 10% down, 40% during construction. And you might have noticed that now a lot of developers or projects are asking for 20% down. Well, Larimar was going to do 20, 40, 20, 30, 50 or something. It got walked back, but it damn sure isn't 10, 40, 50 no more either. It's 15% down, 35% during construction, 50% on delivery. Now, all of it's negotiable. You can always ask, but all I'm saying is this is across the board. All projects are going to start doing this. So when somebody says, I'm going to wait around for the next project, that's fine. All you're going to lose is it's going to cost you a little bit more money, and potentially it might mean you're going to have higher payments and you're going to have to put more money down. That's fine. It's the same money in reality. But when you start getting close to, if you're close to, I'll do simple numbers. You're close to 125. You're in first phase. They say 12,500 down. They say, okay, give us $50,000 over 2.5 years. You say, okay. That's a big difference when all of a sudden they say it's 190,000, give us 15% down. It's the same money, but now you have to give them almost 30,000 down, and your payment of 35% of nearly 200 is now 70,000. That same 2.5 year payment, now you have 30 payments, you owe 70 G's. Now you're going to be doing a different dance, right? That's over $2,000 per month. You're almost like $2,250, $2,350. You start getting up there, ladies and gentlemen, right? So that are the things. And yes, they may make things a little bigger, like in the case of Breeze Towers. But it is what it is. You're going to pay more per square meter. What can I tell you? You're going to be at 2,000 per square meter. You're at 190 to 2,000 per square meter, 1,900 to 2,000 per square meter with the Breeze Towers. Simple as that. You're already over 2,000 per square meter at Horizon. So that ship has sailed as well. Next stop, 2,500 per square meter and 3,000 per square meter. And that'll start happening sometime next year, because it's very simple. Prices are going to cost you 3% more, 2.5% more October 1st at Larimar. And it's going to cost you January 1st, 2.5% on top of that. Plus how many levels up you are. All of it's going to change. Now, my last thing I was going to say, at Larimar, remember when we had that 12 unit 1207 actually came available at Larimar Tower 1. That's a front unit. As it turns out, because there's less than 10 units available in Tower 1, 2, 3, and 4 Prime, we have a waiting list now. And that waiting list is significant. So if somebody cancels now in Tower 1, 2, 3, and 4, they contact the wait list. There's also such a thing as a list that has people that's willing to pay full-blown cash for the units. The unit that became available that an SSN Nation member could not get, the person's going to pay more than what it's worth full cash. $169,000 is the unit that George owns now. I own. We have a few other SSN Nation members that own a 2-bedroom in Tower 1, 2, 3, and 4. People are paying more than $169,000 cash, which is incredible because this started at last December or November. It started at 118.9. 50% of 120 is 60. So they're nearing almost a 40%, 40 to 50% increase in less than a year. And actually, in 1 year after this 2.5, it will be 50% because now everything's going to cost 17 times 5, right? I think my number's off. But anyhow, 17 times 2. So 3,500 more, roughly. 3,600 more, 3,700 more. So you're going to be in the 170 somethings. So that's pretty close. You're going to be close to 45, 46% increase. And then when January hits, you will be at 50%. So 1 year, 50%. I like it. I don't know about you, but I like it. All right. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. Here we go. George's Charles giving us the latest numbers. He says, oh, it's still the same. 3-bedroom, 237. Yep. 2-bedroom, 227. Yep. With terrace. That's correct. 201 type D, 196. Eric, don't you think the 3-bed, 236K better deal than 227 2-bed, even though it has an up balcony? Yes. Because here's the thing. Okay. First of all, yes, because it has that family room area, which even though you don't change it into a bedroom, you can. You can just make it a open bedroom / family room. So somebody can sleep up there and make it a family room. Take your pick. But yeah, 236 is better. It's a 3-bedroom. There's no reason to take the 227 any longer in this case. So I agree with you 120. That's 8. It can sleep 8. Actually, you could sleep 10 because you can put 2 double beds in that extra family room or 2 queen beds, and maybe even 2 kings. I don't know, because it was 200 and something square feet. So you could put 2 king beds in there. So you could get 10 sleeper at the Equestrian Center. You guys know when they have events there that's going to be a highly sought out unit. Why? Because do you think people are going to be renting out their 4,000, 3,500 square foot villas? Yes, they will. But how many people will be? I'm just saying. I'm pretty sure people will, but how many? So that 3-bedroom is going to be very, very valuable. In fact, that 3-bedroom is undervalued. Think about it. Look at this. 236 for a 3-bedroom. Where else can you get 3-bedroom luxury inside Vistacana for 236? Nowhere. That's an incredible deal, actually. Right now. I originally loved the 227 with the terrace because I don't remember them having the family room. I remember them saying you can change something to a bedroom, but I like this much better. I like this much better. And I also like the fact that they'll take off that section of the terrace to give you a larger living and dining room area. I love that as well. So the 3-bedroom is now, depending on if they're going to charge me extra for taking off the terrace. I don't know why they would, but I guess that's a thing. But yeah, the 3-bedroom sleep 10. And then you're balling out because you're inside Vistacana and you're right there where you can do horseback riding, rentals, and if somebody's coming in for equestrian training, you get the best of both worlds. And if somebody's just coming to stay inside Vista Cana, you still have a cafe, restaurant, bar, commercial zone for whatever that means inside Sabana, apparently. I don't know where they're putting it. It's not on the master plan, but maybe they mean the commercial zone inside Vista Cana. But either way, I always love upscale. Equestrian centers are upscale. This is undervalued at the moment. These are still phase one pricing. You guys don't understand. This is phase one pricing. This puts you right in the ballpark for everything that's out right now. Downtown Ansaya 3 is out. You're going to have to spend $190 if you want a 2-bedroom in Ansaya 3. You can get a 2-bedroom inside Sabana for $196. Let's call it what it is. $201, which is different because before it was $205, I think. But nonetheless, that's cheap. And I can't believe they're still doing phase one pricing. I don't think that many people know about it. You guys here do. And in the condos, they do owner financing. Yes, I know it's pricey, $2,983. And that's for the 2-bedroom, 227 with terrace. The guy was 10% down, $2,983 at the time. That was 6-7 months ago. So now you're going to have probably equal type payment, because even if you put down 20%, your payment might be the same because you have less months to pay. Unless they let you do the 8 years. Still, maybe they'll extend it out 8 years, I guess. So then your payments would be the same. You could put 10% down, pay $2,983 while they're doing the delivery of the unit. Then you can refi it and get probably right now you're at 7.5. That's the best you can do. So when they reduced their interest rate in the DR 0.25. So who knows? Maybe in a month or two it might be 7.2. But in 2 years or whenever, they're not even taking 2 years to build these, quite frankly. I think they're less than that. I think they're 18 months. So if that. So you could refi it as soon as you get delivered, as soon as they deliver it with title, then you can just refi it and get a lower payment. So just give that a thought. But thank you for that, Georges Charles. That's incredible. These prices are still the same, and they've given off new information. Now there's no excuse with the added 3 pools, the added the clubhouse, things like that. That's pretty sweet. I love it. I love every bit of this. Way to go, guys. All right, we're going to wrap this up. If there's anything else you guys want to discuss tonight, please let me know. All right. And by the way, I got to get in touch with Hetzel. Oh, here's what I was going to show you in case you're still here. I should have showed you this from the get-go, because here it is. This is not that you guys are going to be the first to view this. All right. This is where's it at? Okay. You'll be the first. Check it out. So this is what we're doing. All right. This will be updated. They'll show some faces or something, right? It'll show the guys, right? There you go. All right. If you want to join us, come on down. November 6th through the 8th. Yes, there will be a fee because we got to have rooms and things like that. We're going to have a discussion. We're going to have some speakers, realtors, lawyers, property tours. We're going around. So that'll all be included. It'll be under $200. Nothing crazy because it's going to cost $300 to get there in most locations, round trip. But this is going to be it here November 6th through the 8th. That's when we're actually doing something. So the 6th and 7th, we're going to have meetings. I mean, not meetings, but, you know, the two, we'll have lawyer Johan will come in. We can talk residency. You can talk everything you want to talk about. How about that? Is that pretty sweet? Going to have realtors there. All the guys that's been on the channel, they'll be there. At least they've all said they will. Barring any, you know, unexpected problems. Speakers, yes, I will be actually speaking a little bit myself. We'll have some other speakers as well and some other surprises as well. But this is just a starter. All right, November 6th through the 8th, there is no host hotels, no reason. It's not prime time season. It is weirdly Independence Day, I think, in the DR, but it's not, you know, it's not overly priced for that weekend. Airbnbs are inexpensive. You can stay anywhere. We're going to go up to the cliff. We'll have some little, maybe even have a little picnic up there on the cliff at Larimar. We'll go out to cruise on land. We'll check out some other developments. We'll get the scene from Macau, because maybe by then the second development in Macau will be out. So we'll go scour about. This is investors. You want to do some real estate investing? We're going to go. We're going to go around. We're going to have business talk as well for SSN Lifestyle members, SSN Nation members. You guys are invited to the SSN Nation portion, and then the SSN Lifestyle members can also have a separate meeting. We'll have a separate meeting with that, because we have products and services coming out with SSN Lifestyle. SSN Nation members, real estate investors, business forum. So we'll have a little bit different tickets. We have those who are SSN Lifestyle Founders Club members. They don't have to pay to come at all, other than, you know, their accommodations and, of course, their meals or something. But to get into the event won't cost anything. So there you go, ladies and gentlemen. This is just a preview of what's to come. Starting it out, we'll start promoting it heavily, and you'll be able to get your tickets probably soon as I thought. I was trying to get it up today. Tomorrow we have a surgery situation, so actually it's going to have to wait till Friday. All right. I'm not going to surgery though, but I still have to help out the wife do her surgery. So anyhow, that's what we're doing, ladies and gentlemen. November 6th through the 8th, you can get your tickets, not just, well, now, but depending on your more than 21 days in advance. And there is something that's very, very interesting. They don't match up, unfortunately, because the Open Skies hasn't fully came into effect. But the best deal is Frontier Airlines, which a lot of people do not like. They don't fly every day, which is the other thing. It depends on your market, I guess. If it's every other day, every day, it's your market. But they have this thing called Go Wild Pass. And don't be confused. They have these Go Wild Passes that are $299. And you can go from, I think, now until February or March. And when you book a flight, some of the flights you can only do like 3 days in advance or something like that. I don't remember exactly. International, though, 10 days in advance. So with these special flights, they may only cost like $88, $75 round trip because you bought that pass. So that is one of the airlines that, and United, which I don't know if I haven't seen their flights. United also has a pass for $299. Works the same similar way. So that gives you two ways. If it starts being where things are too pricey, then you can start considering that. Plus, you'll be able to go all over wherever these guys fly, which makes it kind of cool, right? With a 50 to 60, 70% discount for when you use your pass. Yes, you pay, and yes, you pay for baggage, but hey, what it is. All right, hopefully that helps everybody. We'll get more details on Friday, just so you know. Now, we're going to wrap this up. If anybody has any further questions, unfortunately, if you're here and trying to get in the chat room, you can't get in the chat room, maybe because you're not a member of the channel. Wednesday nights, only members with the channel can get in the chat room. Friday night, we're going to be talking more. Again, I'm going with real estate and Breeze Towers. There is discussion tomorrow with details. And the reason why there's going to be discussion with the details tomorrow is because of this picture right here. This picture. I wasn't paying too much attention, but this is going to blow people's mind away. First of all, this up here, I don't know what this is. Looked a little closer. These are definitely basketball courts. This here has a goalie net inside. So this is a sports court. So I call them sports courts to begin with because I thought that's what they were. But this is actually a true sports court. So that does soccer and it does basketball. And these look more like basketball courts. But I didn't notice this over here on the left that looks like pickleball courts, paddleball courts are over here. I'm like, hold on a second. This is in the backyard and across the street from the Breeze, Prime, and Horizon. Horizon's over here, ladies and gentlemen. I'm like, this is starting to get exciting. So then I need verification of this, so don't hold me to it. But I'm just going to get excited for a second because I don't think this is going to be true because it doesn't make sense. I thought this may be a fitness center, a game room, the kid-centric game room, whatever. That's what I'm thinking in my head. Somebody with the team, the real estate team at where Gwen is, they said supermarket. Now, I said that doesn't make any sense. I said if it is a supermarket, I said I'm all for it. That's what I said. I said, are you kidding me? Less than 200 feet if you're in the front, because these buildings are 100 feet apart. Less than 300 feet, 100 yards from where your building is, you drop down in this. That's a supermarket. I'm all here for it. If it's a fitness center, I'm all here for it. If it's a wellness center, I'm all here for it. If it's split 50-50 where it's a mini mart instead of a supermarket, I'm all here for it along with something else in that building. If it's any of that, I'm all here for it. I just want to make sure it's actually a building. But here's the question. What's the other building across the parking lot and roadway area that's on that man-made beach? What's this building? So this starts to get exciting if these are actually something for real versus renderings. And of course, notice the seating area. And again, I don't know what this is up front as well, because that's right by Prime Towers. Back here's the pool. We know that. Here's the boardwalk, they call it. So that's why this is going to be exciting on Friday night. We're going to have answers. And Blue Breeze is going to be for sale. 167,000 will probably be a lower level. And then as they rise up, 187,000 is on the 9th floor, according to the preliminaries. 15% down, 35% during construction, 50%. So just keep that in mind, ladies and gentlemen. All right. So I'm just saying that starts the excitement for me. Everybody that owns there, you should be getting excited. This is why prices are going to escalate. And oh, by the way, okay, hold on. I got to give love to all these mega projects because they're doing the damn thing. I got to give them love because I want to show people something. So first of all, the other news was the Royal Sonesta. Here's what I'm going to do. Outside of the United States, Royal Sonesta in Kauai. All right. Here's Royal Sonesta Kauai. Check availability. So when I'm doing Sonesta Kauai, it's in Lihu. All right. So look at this. 548 starting prices. then things start to get very interesting for renters. So here we put in 2 guests, September 24th, right? Yeah, look at you guys don't want to see this. You don't want to see this, right? You don't want to see this. You don't want to see this. I'm telling you. You don't want to see this because you might have visions of grandeur. You might start having visions of grandeur. Here's Kauai. 2 queen beds, ground floor with lanai, $593 per night plus tax. 2 queens, ocean view. Does this ring a bell? Ocean view units. You can see on the horizon ocean view, not at Kauai though, probably on the water at Kauai, but it's still going to have ocean view. Kauai is a U shape, if I'm not mistaken. It used to be called something else, but I think it was a Marriott, if I'm not mistaken. 710 per night, and 2 queens ocean view preferred, which is another, I don't know what that means. $755 per night. This is plus tax. This is a regular hotel room. All right. This is September 22nd through the 24th, which is not even prime time. Let's get real. Now, if you guys are still here and are interested, here, I did some searches earlier. Let's see. Let me see. New Orleans. No. Inside the United States, Royal Sonesta doesn't act the same way. It's not like luxury upscale, only outside of the United States. So we won't go there. I'll go to a different one that's outside. Let's see. San Juan, Puerto Rico. Let's go see about that. That's United States in reality, right? It's on the island. Let's see what they do. We'll get to it in a second. This is not even high season, so I don't know what the hell's going on here. Let's see what their prices are going to be. Let's see. Is this going to be $200 a night or something? Let's see. This is right next door to the DR. Nice on the beach. Okay, here we go. $348 per night, $365, $386. Deluxe. Oh, wait, these are city views. Hold on. Ocean views, $400 per night. 2 doubles, $400 per night. Terrace. Oh, okay. $500 per night. They have some. Whoa, hold on. Club suite, $807. 2 rooms left, 5 rooms left. This is crazy. Presidential king suite, 1 bedroom almost. It is a 1 bedroom, probably. $1,100 a night. Wow. And we didn't even get to Kauai because they're also equally that. So, yes, they're on the water, but I'm going to give Larimar I'm just going to say it like this. If they sell their rooms for $300 per night at Larimar, $350 per night, that means everybody who has bought under $300,000, which everybody can, that means you win because you're going to have a 2-bedroom unit. You're not going to, or even a 1-bedroom unit, which cost only in the hundreds, low 100s. So you win because you should be able to get $200 per night, right? Come on. If that's what they're charging, you should be able to get $195 a night. I mean, 1% is our golden rule. So you're going to have people staying at these type of locations, and that's going to be sick. All right, let's see who else. Royal Sonesta. I was looking outside the U.S. Where else do they have them? We had San Juan, Puerto Rico. I don't know. That's it. I think there's another one somewhere, but that's all I'm going to do for outside. Inside the U.S., the prices are like $179, $200 a night. Now, if you're in San Francisco, yes, it costs a little more, but generally, if I'm in New Orleans, $180, $190 for the lowest end unit. Which, if we're Larimar first phase or even second phase, we can still live with 179, 180 a night from the hotel, but they're going to charge more in the DR. All right. So hopefully that helps you guys out with that idea on what I'm discussing with you guys about luxury upscale. So that's why a lot of these places are starting to do their own packages. And I can't blame them. If you're going to be in you have to consider the package, because if they make it look upscale furniture wise, then you're going to get the top dog rentals. And if you don't get a furniture package, again, I recommend Top Dog Furnishings to make it simple. All right. Okay, Professor Auntie Val, giving the heart, giving the support and the strength. And she always reminds me, because she's Professor. She didn't remind me. I just remember whenever I see her name. Beachfront Java, ladies and gentlemen. Beachfrontjava.com. Go over there, show some love, put in that promo code SSN Lifestyle. So then that way you can get 10% off after every order, after your first order, for life. Go peruse. She has a special holiday blends right now. And like I said, soon to be, if you don't like coffee, soon to be tea. Don't miss out. All right. So Sabana's up in the game. Vista Cana's up in the game. Atlantida's up in the game with the explosion of their amphitheater being from 4,000 or 5,000 to 10,000. They upped their game. Now, Vista Cana has upped their game. Not only has Sabana upped their game, Vista Cana upped their game. Cruise on Land had no reason to up their game, but they upped their game because their amusement park, they always said they're the Disney of the Caribbean. So that was a thing. But that means once it started being on their master plan, everybody has to up their game. Along with Larimar already, you know what Larimar has. And even Larimar said, hold on, I told you we're going to have a sports courts complex, but this ain't it. We're going to throw in this stuff right here because we got to up our game too. Everybody's up in their game. But what I will say is places that have their own hotels, which is Cruise on Land, Larimar, Atlantida, Vista Cana finally coming around with condo hotels. Chuckham, I think, is going to be a condo hotel. At least that's what they're touting it. That's one of the mistakes that they made. They should have had a hotel. Why? Because it's a premium location. So Macau Hills sold out. But stay tuned. The developer's coming up with the second development in the area, which I love because I think that transportation bus is going to be coming around to that second development too. So you have your beach club there already in Macau. So prices are right. Maybe what, $10,000 more? Is that going to break the bank? No. Are they going to change their contract though? So I don't have to pay possibly 15 to 20% more. We'll see. Negotiate with your lawyer, right? But nonetheless, you have opportunities still. Don't mess up. All right. That's it, ladies and gentlemen. With all that said, smash the like button. All right. Come in here, smash the like button. If you like what we're talking about, subscribe to the channel. Hopefully I'll see you on September 22, Friday night live stream, but it's at 9:10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Don't miss it because we're going to be talking about some things that happened, like I said, at Larimar. And there might be some other updates because Nestor is in Orlando right now. In fact, I forgot to mention that. Nestor's in Orlando with the crew. If anybody's in Orlando, and I know Victor Marrero might be there, they're there right now talking to people in Orlando, going over the projects. All of them, they're master brokers for Avalon. So you know what that means. Cap Avalon, which is in Cap Cana, the Macau Gardens, Macau Hills, if it fell out. Haven't heard any news about anybody falling out from their 3-bedroom unit there. And they're talking about their Volare and missing one. But that's what they're in Orlando doing as we speak. And in fact, just in case we have somebody here, I still have Nestor's number that can scroll across the screen. Everybody on podcasts, his number is WhatsApp +1. And you can see it there, 809-918-1228. I forgot about that. They are, let me see, is this, no, that's not him. Hold on a second. Let me see if I can pull this up. Wait, why do I have Central Park? Oh, sorry, guys. I have some things moving around. Mr. Eustacio, Central Park, he's very happy how it's turned out. And I must say, it's pretty sweet. Okay, I'm looking for this. Let me see. Where is it? Where is it? I thought I'd be able to show you a picture of the... No, I guess not. Thought I had a picture. I don't have a picture. Because I thought he sent it. Hold on a second. I'll let you know. If I don't have a picture, it's fine. Where did he say he's at? He's at... I think he sent me a picture. That's why I don't know. Orlando. Oh, I know why. He sent me a voicemail. That's why. Okay, so he's in Orlando. I was going to say the dates. I think it was what's today, Wednesday? Yeah, I think it's the 20th through the 22nd or 21st through the 23rd. It was something like that. So check it out, ladies and gentlemen, all right? And, oh, I see why I can't do it. Huh, interesting. Learn something new every day. All right. Well, we'll get this off the screen then, won't we? And we'll end this one, ladies and gentlemen. Make sure we see you. Use banners. Okay. So we have something that's not happening. Displays calls to action. Okay, I have something else to use. Let's get this off of here. There's his phone number on the screen. +1 809-918-1228. He's in Orlando as we speak, which is Eastern Time Zone in the United States, same as DR right now. So get in touch with him. You can actually go see him face to face. Let him know you're from the SSN Nation. Some people from that area bought some units from Nestor's Properties. So maybe you'll go down and say hello or see what else is new. But anyhow, if you're interested, go down there and see Nestor and his crew. Make sure you hit him up on WhatsApp. He'll be there, I think, for another at least day or two, if I'm not mistaken. So with all that said, again, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And again, I know it's hard out here, but you got to stay up on us and keep up the information because you're going to need it. Make some moves. Don't just listen. Don't just sit back and chill. Start making actions. One step forward a day at a time. That's all you can do. And with all that said, make sure you keep your head up. Keep moving. And I'm out.